Okay, so I was planning on doing a couple videos after I streamed the Packers Texans game yesterday, and I ended up getting a headache, and just decided I got one done, and I'm like, I'm just done for the day, and it ended up turning out to be kind of a blessing in disguise as I put in my community tab, because for whatever reason, despite I've never had problems on using StreamYard before, and that's what I've been recording a lot of my videos on, and mainly because I can have good quality with my earbuds on StreamYard, and OBS is not like my earbuds at all. But for whatever reason now, my videos will freeze, and I don't know if it's something with the internet. I don't know what it is on my end, but I it's one video and I liked how I did it. It's probably about 20 minutes. I'm going to keep this intro real as short as I can to not make this a 30-minute video. But I don't know what's going on. I was going to try to, do a couple more videos and try to have something uploaded like Thursday this week too or something. But I think what I'm going to do is just take the week and try to figure out what's going on, why it's freezing and whatnot. I have never had problems in the past, and maybe I just have to switch back to OBS recording videos. I don't know, but for some reason I'm having trouble streaming too, and I don't think paying for it is gonna do anything. I really don't think paying for StreamYard just to one. I don't I stream maybe once a week. I don't even stream every week, so I'd be paying like it's $45 a month, and I don't want to do that when I barely stream. And right now with how things are, I don't put out a ton of videos, and I want to try to get back more into doing that and do like 2 or 3 videos a week. But just the way things are right now, and I'm hoping by 2025 I will have my schedule figured out, and like I can do videos this day, this day, this day, or whatever, and then try to stream on weekends or whatever. But I you know I liked how this video is. I liked how I kind of talked in it, and it's a tier list, so it's more so me just kind of freezing in the corner than anything else. And it's really only for like a 5-10 second thing. Like again, I've looked at it, I've had to edit a little bit of it, and just try to do what I can. And it sucks. It really sucks that this is happening, like, especially again because I haven't had problems in the past, and I don't know why I'm having problems now. But I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of let that video go. So if whatever reason it bothers you, I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to fix it this week. I'm gonna try to have it all better this week. But without further ado, here's that video again with a little bit of freezing in a couple spots. So sorry about that. All right, so my video of the cryptids, the compilation video, is doing really good. Especially after I haven't really been, I guess, too active recently on YouTube. So I guess I'm doing more of that. I guess that's getting me attention right now. So obviously, I'm still gonna stream some Packer games on Sundays and whatnot. But I guess I gotta lean more into like mysterious and unexplained stuff. And so what I want to do here is I was doing a bunch of tier lists on my Packers Texans stream, which I actually just wrapped up. You're going to see this video, I don't know how many days in the future, but I'm recording this literally right after I finished that stream. And I was doing a bunch of tier lists and whatever. And I'm like, this could be a fun video, especially because I'm getting views on this kind of stuff. So this is basically, I found this one. It's how plausible. I don't think that's, I mean, it's just a ranking, but basically, like, this is how plausible is this. And I guess, we're on YouTube, so I'm going to just kind of get rid of that. Sorry. We're on YouTube. I don't, so, some of these images are kind of hard to see. Like, this one's like a black and white. I think that's supposed to be like an alien. I don't know. Some of them are kind of weird. Like this one right here, it kind of looks like, I don't know if that's supposed to be like the dog man or if that's another like variation of Bigfoot, because obviously you have a Yeti over here too. This one doesn't even get an image. It doesn't even get an image. And then again, like some of them are really weird. So again, that's the problem with these tier lists is it's oops the screens are kind of small and whatever. Like I don't know what this is. It's some sort of sea creature, right? And I'm going to start off right away by saying sea creatures are way more plausible than something like, okay, I'm gonna pick on the jackalope, even though I think it could be plausible, but like sea creatures, because again, like there's stuff in the water that we don't know about. We don't live in the water. We don't. I mean, we can breathe underwater, and a lot of quotation marks, because obviously we can be underwater for a couple minutes and whatnot, but we're not, we need a special technology and whatnot to be under there, and it's obviously never going to find everything. So I don't know exactly what this is. I can't like tell, but like I'll put it in like, well, yeah, I guess we'll go there. It's probably impossible, but like if it's sea related, it's probably it's interesting lore. I we'll just make this possible. We'll just do that. Because obviously, well, I mean, I guess. See, okay, the way I think about this is like we don't live in the deep woods and whatever. So like there's things that could be in the deep woods, though. You have like, I love to just say Canada, because Canada is a lot of provinces, and you have like more, when you're going more eastward, there's more cities and whatnot than there is going westward. You go up to Alaska in the US has like nothing. Like it's all wilderness. I would love to get up to Alaska, just kind of see what it's like and whatnot. I don't want to get it. I don't want to be, I don't want to be near a bear or a bunch of predators up there. But like Canada upward, like I think is it's really possible that Bigfoot obviously could exist. Obviously, that it's possible. I'm gonna put. We're gonna go. Just I'm gonna skip the Yeti right away too, because you have like and whatever. Like we don't live high elevation. Like obviously, we have places like here in West, like Denver and whatnot. I think it's like one of the highest cities and whatever. But if there's creatures that can live up, in the mountains, like it's not going to be seen a lot. And I know there are. I don't know if they're considered a tribe anymore or whatever, but there's really, I saw a really cool video a couple years ago where there's these people that actually like really live up in the mountains, and they're in the mountains, they get their food up there and everything and whatever. So like there is kind of like smaller groups of people kind of up in the mountains, and they might see them, and whatnot. But I think it's very possible that, again, like basically an ape could really be possible. Like gorillas weren't discovered till what, like the mid 1800s, I think. And imagine seeing a gorilla for the first time, and you're like, dude, that thing's bulking up. It's it's like 2 times your size. Its arms are like the length of your head and whatnot. Like I can't imagine just what they like. Imagine seeing a whole bunch of animals for the first time. Like we don't get that anymore. We really don't, because we see a lot of, like, we know a lot of this world. I'm not saying we know everything, but like land animals, we know a lot of them. But just imagine seeing like that. You have stuff like in the Africa with like the savannas with like elephants and giraffes. People used to like describe them and whatnot. So like I think it's possible, like these, especially if it's kind of like smaller groups of them. I think that an ape is possible. Now I think that I'm gonna go with dog man. I think that's a dog man. I don't know. I can't see the head. Possible. I mean, there's a really convincing video of what looks like a dire wolf, and that was actually, again, filmed in Canada. Canada probably has stuff up there that we don't, because not everyone's, especially westward. But there's it's a dire wolf. So I think something standing on 2 feet, that's like our heights or higher, like maybe 7-8 feet tall. Maybe. We got here in Wisconsin, up in northern Wisconsin, there's lore of that. There's the Michigan dog man and whatnot too. I would love to get out to Bray Road, whatever, one day in my life, and just kind of, you got to go during the night, but it's like every 7 years. So like technically, I got 3 years if I wanted to try to plan. But I don't like. It's interesting. I think maybe it could be misidentified for like like a Bigfoot or something, or I guess I have heard of like coyotes standing on 2 feet before, so maybe wolf could, but I like you don't really see that type of stuff happening. So it's compelling. It could be possible. I think like a large wolf could be possible. I don't know if I want to believe something that stands on 2 feet. Um, this looks, I don't know. I don't even know what that is. Like, is it like an elephant head with like a body? I don't know. I don't even know what the name of that is. So chupacabra. Okay. So I think it could, is it mange? I think it's mange, right? Is that what they call it? Where it's like a hairless coyote. I think that's what a chupacabra really could be. Um, a goat sucking, blood sucking demon, that looks like like a wolf or a coyote that's running around Central America. I know it's mainly in I'm sure, but I'm sure there's probably like even like Texas is probably size of like a chupacabra. So like kind of like Central America, lower, really low part of North America. I think it's possible. It could be like, again, I think it's mange. I think is what they call it. So I think it's possible. And I guess technically that would it's technically this is what it is. Even though it's not a big animal, I think it could just be like a different animal. So I guess we'll leave it in there. So I guess I'm gonna put that there because I don't really think like I have this is probably like a serial killer that's wearing like an elephant mask or something like that. That's probably what that is. Um, I don't know. Again, we're gonna put, I don't know what that is. Hey, I'm not the best on sea lore. Like obviously, like we'll put Loch Ness up there in this too. Um, I'm not the best with like sea lore, but I don't know exactly what it is. But I think it's more likely something could be possible. Like the Kraken, for example, was that like 2004, 2005 or something? Like it was like officially became like a real life squid and whatever. So like that's why I think the seas just hold a lot more secrets than the land does. So again, I think it's possible. Like there's, I don't know, compelling lore. Yes, like sea monsters in the sea have since we've been able to sail ships, since we've been able to put basically wood in the water and sail on it. There's been stuff of everything. Moby Dick's one of the most famous like sea lores. Like like a big what is it, a sperm whale? I believe it's a sperm whale. Like imagine that. Like I think the sea is just a lot cooler. Or not like the more designs are cooler. It's like it's possible with a bunch of stuff. Um this again I think is like an alien. I don't maybe I guess I don't know. I do I believe there's something in the universe? Probably. I think there's aliens, as we call them. This probably some, maybe not in our um solar system. I almost said our universe, but maybe not in our solar system. Maybe not, because I guess Mars would be like the best place for other life forms besides Earth, because we're like right in that border between too cold. But I'm sure outside, I'm sure there probably is. Like I would not be surprised if aliens are somewhere out there. Yeah. So I again, it's like if it's something like not man made, I guess comes from the earth. I don't like maybe from the sea. It's evolved from the sea. I don't know. This looks like these next. I guess they're all kind of technically like ghosts. Um, I guess we'll just kind of put them. I'm gonna do this. Well, like, I guess they're technically like. We'll leave that one there because I guess it's technically not exactly the same thing. But ghosts, I think, are possible. I mean, I have of my own video, which I forgot to link it in my last video. Whoops! I'll link it in this one. I will link my experience in this video. But I think they're possible. I think they really are possible. One of the famous things I've heard about is Gettysburg, where you at night you can actually hear like cannon fire and soldiers screaming. whether it's like heading towards the battle or like screaming in pain. I don't know, but I want to get out there because if that's like true, if I actually hear something like that then basically that proves ghosts to me. But but I think it's really possible that somehow, some way. Um, I don't really know like the I'm not gonna get too much into afterlife stuff, but I think afterlife, like, there's so many options, and if there's one where it's like, hey, like your body, like, or your soul can't actually rest, and you are stuck on like this plane of existence, just kind of haunting a spot. I think that's really interesting. I like really interesting, but again, I'm not gonna get too deep into like afterlife and whatnot because I don't want to know. Like, I'm too young. I don't want to know. But I think it's like there's a lot of people, a lot of different theories and whatnot, and we don't actually know until we die. But I think ghosts are really plausible. Another one that I mean, I guess I won't put really plausible, but like the jackalope, I guess if somehow, I guess it would have to be like a deer species that it breeds with a like a rabbit, I guess technically, like a rabbit species. I don't fully believe, but like something like that, something small. Like I'll see a lot of these things here are like bigger creatures where it's like harder to hide. Have a rabbit go disappeared and not be seen for decades. Like you have like a rabbit species kind of not be seen or whatever. So I think it's definitely possible that a jackalope could exist. I don't know if like again it's probably what like a deer species because it's got antlers. Like I'm trying to think deer, elk. I don't know. I don't really know what else it really could be. So um this one I'm gonna go like it's basically I don't know too much about the lore. I don't remember the name of it, but it's basically like a giraffe with wings, kind of. And I think, well, no, is this the right one or is this the one in the Congo? There's so many. There's so many like different things. One in South America, which is like the Congo, like the Amazon rainforest. It's it's not exactly a giraffe, but it's got a long neck and wings. And oh, I guess it could be the Jersey Devil too, huh? I don't know exactly. I really don't. What I well, that's probably the Jersey Devil, isn't it? It might be. I really don't know. Um, I think it's probably like I don't. Maybe a big bat. I guess it could be like a big bat. I know the largest bat. I think is it in Africa? Is where the largest big bat is? I think it's Africa or South America. It might be the rainforest, the Amazon rainforest. I don't remember where it is, but there's bats that are 4 feet tall. Like if you've ever, is it the wolf bat? I don't remember what the name of it is, but there's it's possible it could be like a bat. I don't know what this is, so I'm gonna put it here. Screecher. I don't know. I think this is dragons. I think that's technically a dragon. I don't know. Okay, so I guess this is aliens. So, um, we'll put like actual aliens as possible because again, I think off world. I think it's possible. On world, maybe from like the I don't know why they'd come from the seas. I guess like I don't know. I think it's possible that aliens are real. And they most like they're up there with like like a Bigfoot type of thing, which could be like really real. Um, this thing probably misidentified as like a crocodile or something, especially based off of that picture. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way. A human sized frog that can walk on 2 feet. There's no way. Again, we'll go. It's a sea monster. We'll kind of go right here, like compelling lore, like a serpent. Yeah. Mothman. I'm gonna change this to unlikely. I'm gonna move up the chupacabra, and I'm gonna change this to unlikely. We're gonna do that. I don't like the wording of that. Even though technically it could be a different animal technically, but I like the wording of it. It's just not exactly you know. And I guess this is impossible though. Like it's probably not. Probs not. I'll just just I'm already this video's already 60 minutes long. I'm gonna kind of finish up. This I don't know what that is, but we're gonna go unlikely with that as well. Is this like death? Is that like what it is? I don't know exactly what that is. That might be like a spirit, kind of like death. Maybe I really don't know. I could not tell you. So, um, I don't know. Like it's like it's compelling. Like I do like the lore. Like the lore is pretty interesting. Now wait, is this a dog man? What is this then? God. See, there's okay. There's a lot of stuff like hairy, bipedal, stuff that people don't know what it is. It could all just kind of be the same thing, and people are just giving it different names. Like obviously, you got Bigfoot and Sasquatch, two different names. You got Yeti, which is like a cousin of the Bigfoot, if it's real. um, I don't know. I guess we'll. Okay, we'll go here. We'll go here because it's technically I don't know what that is, but no, the Jersey Devil. Okay, whatever. Jersey Devil's going right there. This looks like a woman in a bike suit. I don't know why it looks like a woman in a bike suit, but that's probably very unlikely. Okay, I'm gonna move dragons down. Actually, if there's, if you want to say like I know some people say like people that used to call them dragons, it could be like dinosaurs, I guess, but there's no fire breathing dragons or anything like that's. I don't. It would be cool, but there's like no way. There's really no way for that. So, before I wrap up, I guess do I want to put anything in absolutely real? I mean, to be fair, I could like combine these. I'm gonna combine those. We'll delete that row. I'm gonna do that because again, I feel like a an undiscovered ape species is possible. I think well, ghosts are possible. And if unless is the dead. Is it dead space theory? I think is what it is. Which, if you believe in that, then there's no aliens at all in the universe. But if you don't believe in that, then there is. And basically, what that theory is saying we're like the only intelligent species in the entire universe. Like throughout everything, we're the only intelligent species. And that's what I think it's dead space theory. I think is what it's called. I just think the universe is way too large to not hold other types of beings, whether that be like half intelligence, like an animal, like a tiger, or an elephant, or maybe like a chimpanzee, where they're not quite evolved into like super intelligence. Whether that be like a lower tier animal, like a something that's not exactly the brightest of the bunch, but it's still a still living organism. Whether it be an advanced species that's way ahead of us, in it, or whether that be. See, I consider like bacteria, like small stuff like that. I consider that's like life forms technically, because in science they consider that as life. Like we're all made up of bacteria, we're all made up of like atoms and blah 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 blah. All that's like all the tiny stuff they talk about. Bacteria is technically they consider that a like a life form. So technically, I kind of would consider like bacteria as like aliens too, if that was on another planet, which could be possible for Mars. But I don't know if Mars is possible, like for something like a human size. I don't know. I really don't know, unless they're living underground. I'm not on Mars, so I'm gonna wrap up there. About 21 minutes. I'm fine with that. So that is my list for most likely possible to there's like no way. Yeah, I don't really want to move anything around. I don't know if this is like the Congo, whatever it was, because there's some South American lore about like a basically like a not a giraffe thing with wings, but like a long neck creature with wings. There's also like a dinosaur that's said to be down there in South America too. But then this is the Jersey Devil because this is how like they talked about it. So, I think I'm kind of good with everything. You know, like I guess like I could move up Chupacabra again because it's possible. It could just be like a you know, whatever. You know, I could move up these three here because it's possible. It could be whatever. I could move, you know, Wolfman down, but I think there could be a big wolf out there, like a dire wolf species. I think could still be living. It's possible. So, I'm gonna wrap up though. Well, I guess we're gonna be doing some more like mysterious, unknown, cryptid type of videos because again, obviously it did really well. So, uh, helps. Comments in the video. I absolutely love comments in the video. Subscribing to the channel definitely helps. The more people that subscribe, the more videos I can get. And the more views I can get, the more it pushes to other people. And more variety. We're gonna we'll do some of the stuff. We're gonna still do history stuff. This week I'm definitely gonna be kind of figuring out my plan for what I'm gonna do for history stuff. We're gonna do sports stuff, a lot of football. Again, like I talked at the beginning, I just did a Packers stream. So a lot coming for now. But for today, for this video, I'm out of here. Peace.